We are on day 40 of our 60-day healing journey to establish inner union. We are doing the work to find inner stability, stopping the self-abandonment, truly trying to find ways to heal and to move forward into understanding ourselves and becoming more aligned. Because we understand that as we heal, others heal. So this is our affirmation. I give myself time to grow. I give myself time to grow. Are you being hard on yourself and wanting instantaneous results? You want it right now. You want it this moment. You just cannot allow yourself to expand and grow. A lot of us want things instantaneously, but we don't want to put in the work to get there. And it takes time for things to happen. Just like fruits take time to grow, vegetables take time to grow, time to grow. A baby takes time to develop in the womb of the mother. That is a whole process that has to happen from that fertilization to the actual baby being born. That's a process. We have patience for other people a lot of times and allowing them to grow, but we don't allow ourselves to grow. Just think about if you took your vehicle to a mechanic shop because something was wrong with it. It was making a loud noise, it was shaking. And imagine if you drove your car in there, and as soon as you drove it in, 5 minutes later they drove it back out to you and said that your car is ready. Wouldn't you question that? Wouldn't you say, there's no way my car could be done in 5 minutes? You got to tell me and show me how you got fixed my car in 5 minutes when it felt like it was about to fall apart. So we understand that these things take time. When you're baking something, it has to cook all the way through so that it's actually, that it's cooked and not raw. So we understand that. We understand all of that. People take hours putting makeup on because they want their face to look a certain way. They understand that. So why is it that we don't understand that we have to allow ourselves to grow? It takes time. And the time isn't the same for everybody. We all grow at different speeds. We're not all here to learn the exact same thing. We're all on our own journeys and paths. Collectively, we are one consciousness. However, we have to allow ourselves to grow. We have to allow ourselves to do the work, to put in the necessary growth to work and stop looking for instant results. Stop looking for instant results. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. We are in this microwave culture where we want what we see. We want to be just like what we see. But who are you? And what does it take for you to evolve? Your story is not the same as somebody else's. So what does it take for you to grow and evolve? We don't all have the same attributes. We are different types of people, different archetypes. We all have something to offer in a different way. So what does it take for you to grow and evolve? So you have to allow yourself to do that and stop trying to cheat the process. Because when we cheat the process, and we've all done this, and we learn as we go. So I'm not saying that we don't, that any of us are perfect, because this is a growth. We're on a journey of growth. However, when we want to do this real work, this real inner union work, it takes time and dedication, and it takes effort, continuous effort. It won't just happen just by wishing it alone. You have to allow it to happen. Put in the steps to get there. You will get there. Just take the journey. It's the journey. The journey is the part that that a lot of times we want to skip the journey and get to the end. But if you finish early, then what? So it's the journey that you want to get all of this excitement from. The journey is amazing. Whether it has its ups and downs, whatever, the journey is the amazing part. So that's our affirmation. I give myself time to grow. The somatic practice is slow, steady breathing. So we're going to be breathing in for 4, out for 8, And let's do this for about 5 minutes to get back centered and grounded. And yeah, these somatic practices are not healers. They just get you back in the present moment so that you can do the real work to heal. They are just essentially band-aids, sort of, kind of, to just get you back into the centered space so that you can do the true work of healing. The visualization is growth happening naturally. So we want to visualize ourselves growing naturally. What if you were a baby and you just ended up being an adult? And you never went through your teenage years, your young adult years? What if you just skipped from a baby to an adult? Like immediately. What would you know? You wouldn't have any knowledge of self, number one. You wouldn't have knowledge of the world and around you. You wouldn't know anything. Essentially, you just be a body that looks like an adult, but with the child's mind. So we have to allow ourselves to grow. So we are visualizing growth happening naturally, not skipping the steps, not thinking in this microwave world where all of a sudden I got everything I want. How did you get it? That's the beautiful story. Because now you're a testimony. You can actually share that story with someone else. And that's how we evolve. Because now we're telling how we got here. You know what I'm saying? Like when you tell me how you got here, now I can learn from you. Because I'm like, oh, those steps is what that person took for them to get there. I might not have to take every single step, but I'm looking at the process overall, and it's helping because you're sharing your growth. When we see people grow too, it's very inspiring because it says to us, well, I know I can do the same thing. If that person went from here to here, why can't I do that same thing? And that's not from envy. That's from love, like admiration and inspiration. The journal prompt is, where do I rush my process? Where do I rush my process? Where I know we're all guilty of this in some sort of way. Where are we rushing it? Well, we're not doing every step that it takes to get there. I'm not talking about the speed, but taking the steps to get there. We want to instantly fall in love. We want an instant job and make $1 million. We want to do stuff when we don't even have the skill to get it. The time gives you the skill. The time gives you the ability to learn what you're doing so that you can make it better, so that it can have integrity. We want things to be so quick without understanding that the journey is what's making it actually solid. It's solidifying that thing that you want. But we don't want to go. I think a lot of the problem is that we don't want to go through the hard times that it may take, a little bit of struggle that may be required, that uncomfortable feeling that may be there when we're actually making these shifts and we're growing. I think that's part of the problem. We don't want to feel uncomfortable, but that's the beauty in the situation. That is the true beauty. And when you start looking at it as that, then it becomes amazing because you become extraordinary at that point. Because this is an ordinary process of growth. But when you keep being ordinary and allowing yourself to grow, you become extraordinary. You become extraordinary because what you repeat becomes concrete. So when you start repeating these things of growth, these patterns of growth, now you're always growing. It becomes an everlasting process of growth. So now that's the journal prompt. Where do I rush my process? The practice is, allow more time today. Allow yourself time to eat. When you're eating your food, take your time to chew your food. Some of us eat on the fly because we have to work a lot, and we're trying to just eat in between. But look what that's doing to our bodies. We're not even digesting our food properly. If you don't digest your food properly, you don't absorb the minerals and the vitamins in the food. And it doesn't go where it needs to go. Your body has to digest food, absorb it, assimilate it. It has to send it where it needs to go. We need to be able to take our time to eat. Because when we start eating slower, then a lot of other things probably will be slower too. Just taking our time to pace ourselves. And then if we know ahead of time, if it's going to take me this amount of time to do this, then now I know I got to plan ahead. We got to stop skipping steps. We want instant results. And how healthy is that? It's not. It's not healthy. So we got to stop skipping our results just to get the look of things. We got to be more organic and stop being so artificial. Everything in this world, everybody want to be artificial. Everybody want to be. An example of that is that people they want their skin to look flawless, so they put on a lot of makeup. But is your skin flawless? You see what I'm saying? Like, we want to look like $1,000,000, but is your body internally $1,000,000? Are you doing the internal work that it takes for your body to be $1,000,000? Are you eating the proper foods and drinking the right amount of fluids for your skin to be beautiful without having the makeup? And I'm not saying that you can't wear makeup. That's your choice. But I'm saying we want instantaneous results. Some people don't want to do the work that it takes to make their hair grow. So they put other things on. And it's your choice. But if you want your hair to truly grow, what does it take? Now I might have to drink more water, take my vitamins. I have to do whatever it takes. I might have to do some scalp massages. I got to get these vitamins in. I got to do some research. It's real work that you got to do when you want changes. Because I don't believe, this is my opinion, I feel like the artificial ways will lead to an issue later, another issue. When you cover up the problem and you band-aid it, and you just put stuff on top of it just to get your instantaneous results, years down the line, I feel like you're going to have a negative result because you never fixed a real problem that was festering underneath. And not only that, you're sending the wrong message to the generation behind you that says this is how you do things, when it's really not the real thing that will withstand the test of time. That's not sustainable to do those types of things, because you'll be dealing with it on the back end. And the problem is going to be a whole lot worse than it was in the beginning, instead of you taking your time to allow yourself to grow to where you wanted yourself to be. The holistic tip is notice natural rhythms around you. Notice natural rhythms around you. Notice the trees blow with the wind. Is the tree just blowing is a tree blowing naturally, or do you see some crazy stuff going on when not tree blowing naturally, the air blowing naturally and making the trees waver? Is that a natural thing that you see, or do you see it doing some weird chaotic stuff that is not supposed to do? No, it's not. Even if the wind is blowing hard, the trees and everything still responds in a natural way. The water still ripples in a natural way, whether it's smoothly or chaotically. It's still natural. It's not something that's doing something out of its natural element. So notice natural rhythms around you. Just notice natural rhythms around you today. That's our holistic tip. And I will see you all tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.